want to miss what's coming next. So here's what's really going down with Diddy's leaked jail phone call. At first, it sounds harmless, just Puffy talking about pizza boxes.
The situation with Diddy is just the tip of the iceberg. Before we get started, please do me a favor. Diddy is snitching, and the facts he is revealing are outrageous. Here's what's really happening with Diddy's leaked jail phone conversation. At first glance, it seems innocuous, simply puffing and chatting about pizza boxes, but this isn't about late night. Click like, make a comment, subscribe, and ring the bell. The munchies know, no pizza is a code term that really conceals something far more sinister and subterranean. Don't tolerate this crap and don't talk to anybody about kids on the phone. I'm going to ask you to dispose of all the pizza boxes that are left over. Make sure to recycle the plastic, as we discussed. Yes, some individuals said that the boxes resemble cages. We heard someone mention that Diddy lives in Miami on Star Island, which is close to a shipping unit and only a short drive from an international airport. It has also been confirmed that Diddy's mansion has underground tunnels, and some people even claim that they connect to the Playboy mansion nearby. The unsettling thing is that in some circles, ordering pizza doesn't actually mean food, rather. It refers to setting up deliveries of underage former employees, as though their menu items are as simple as placing an order. Pizza, you have up to 15 minutes to place your purchase. Social media and even gaming platforms have advertisements that look precisely like this. You may choose your height, age, and other really unsettling details. Puffy is now beginning to reveal well-known names. Among the first to get pulled into this mess is Mike Jeff, a former Abomi and Fit CEO. As part of an FBI investigation into these ex-trafficking enterprises, Mike was recently detained but freed on $10 million. Models claim that Bond Abercrombie's recently detained long-term former CEO was really ill. The CEO made his house and private jet staff dress up as Abomi models, and he even fired his own jet pilot to replace him with a much younger man. He was sued for this, and Abomi even had to pay $50 million for racial discrimination in 2004, after they were forced to act as greeters in a hotel suite that was designed to look like a chromie store, and told that they had to impress two very important guests. This man and his business partner are completely disgusting. It's completely crazy that all of this was not brought to light sooner, as a total of 15 targets have come forward to claim that Mike promised them modeling gigs. They even went so far as to print out pictures of associates and write racist epithets on them, under that CEO. Additionally, he sold t-shirts with two Wongs and the words eye candy and wink wink printed on the front, which depicted two Asian figures. Since most of these models were straight and were designed to perform homosexual acts with Mike and his business partner, they were actually set up to do ex-trafficking work, including giving them injections to make them hard. In fact, Mike's plastic surgeon should be arrested as well because, wow, this is where things get even more complicated. Mike Jeff wasn't acting alone, in fact. There is a close relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, the most prolific PDF file ever, whose client names we have yet to get. Additionally, the tapes that Jeffrey filmed have mysteriously disappeared. In them, they used the modeling arm of A and Fit to essentially trick young men into saying, "We'll give you a job if you do a little diddling." Then, they would fly the beneficial ones out to events all over the world, claiming that doing so could lead to modeling opportunities with Aomi or otherwise benefit their careers. You've landed the job of a lifetime. Get ready to pack your bags for an exciting adventure in another country where you'll capture breathtaking moments through your camera lens. It's going to be a grand surprise, but as you delve deeper into the experience, you find yourself grappling with unsettling revelations. For instance, you discover that event staff were specifically tasked with ensuring that male attendees didn't leave until Jeff and Smith had decided the event was officially over. This manipulation raises eyebrows, hinting at a level of control that's both shocking and disconcerting. Moreover, there are even more disturbing details surrounding these events. Allegedly, participants who couldn't otherwise engage were administered injections to enable their participation. This raises significant ethical questions about consent and the lengths to which individuals will go to be a part of such high-profile gatherings. If you're part of the millennial generation, you likely have vivid memories of mall outings with friends, especially those times when you strolled past Hollister and Abercrombie Fitch, which stood face to face, luring passersby with their potent scents. Just stepping near those stores felt like a health hazard, given how overwhelming the fragrances were. Abercrombie Fitch was later acquired by the Limited, a brand now known as L Brands, which also owns Victoria's Secret. Upon taking the helm, Jeff was effectively placed in charge of operations, marking a significant turning point in his career. For those unfamiliar, the Limited was founded by Leslie Wexner, a figure whose influence in the fashion world is hard to overstate. Wexner's name, however, is not just associated with retail, he is intricately connected to a darker narrative involving a vast trafficking ring. The shocking truth is that both Abercrombie Fitch and Hollister were allegedly operating under the shadow of this trafficking network, all orchestrated by Wexner himself. The situation gets murkier when you consider that Wexner employed individuals who were later implicated in numerous scandals, including the recently charged CEO, a move that raises serious concerns about his judgment and oversight. The connection between Wexner and Jeffrey Epstein is particularly troubling. Their relationship suggests a deep entanglement, where business dealings and personal associations intertwine in a way that invites scrutiny. Interestingly, if you were to consult Leslie Wexner's Wikipedia page, you'd find a curious attempt to downplay the significance of his connection to Epstein. They mention Epstein only 5 times, as if to sanitize the narrative and make it appear as if their relationship was merely a minor financial arrangement. However, the reality is far more complex. Epstein was not just a financial advisor to Wexner, he was deeply woven into the fabric of his business empire. The implications of this association stretch beyond simple money management. In reality, Wexner's hiring of Epstein as a financial advisor points to a troubling willingness to overlook ethical concerns in favor of financial gain. This raises broader questions about the values upheld in corporate America, where financial success often overshadows moral responsibility. As the details of this tangled web come to light, the ramifications are significant. The intersection of corporate power, personal ambition, and ethical compromise is stark, painting a picture of an industry that has allowed troubling behavior to thrive under the guise of business as usual. In reflecting on this situation, it becomes clear that the shockwaves extend beyond just those involved, they ripple through society at large. Consumers, especially millennials who grew up in the shadow of these brands, must grapple with the unsettling truths behind the companies they once adored. This isn't merely a scandal confined to boardrooms and financial statements, it's a wake-up call for a generation that values transparency and ethical practices. As you prepare for your journey, armed with your camera and a newfound awareness of the complexities underlying the glamorous facade of the fashion industry, you'll find that every snapshot tells a story, one that goes far beyond mere aesthetics. The layers of intrigue, manipulation, and the pursuit of power remind us that the world we see is often just the surface of something far more intricate and alarming. It might seem like a trivial matter on the surface, but the implications are far more serious, especially when you consider the level of trust that Leslie Wexner, the former CEO of L Brands, which owns Victoria's Secret and other well-known brands like Abercrombie Fitch, extended to Jeffrey Epstein. By granting Epstein power of attorney over all his assets, Wexner effectively placed the entirety of his financial empire into Epstein's hands. This is not a minor decision, it meant that Epstein had unfettered access to billions of dollars worth of assets. To clarify, this arrangement allowed Epstein to transfer funds without needing Leslie's consent. He could move money wherever he pleased, at any time, wielding immense financial power without any oversight. Epstein didn't just have access to Wexner's money, he could establish businesses in Wexner's name, and, crucially, he could sell those businesses without Wexner's input or agreement. This level of control raises serious questions about Wexner's judgment and the nature of their relationship. The deeper narrative unfolds in the shadows of this arrangement, revealing troubling connections that link Wexner, Epstein, and even Hollywood. One surprising twist is the connection to actor Ashton Kutcher, who, while known for his successful acting career, has also been an outspoken advocate against human trafficking. Kutcher's commitment to this cause appears genuine, as he has devoted significant time and resources to raising awareness and fighting against exploitation. However, speculation has arisen regarding Kutcher's past ties to Abercrombie Fitch, where he modeled before transitioning to acting. Some rumors suggest that his relationship with the brand might not have been as innocent as it seemed. Could Kutcher have been more entangled in the web of influence that connected Wexner, Epstein, and the fashion industry? This connection raises an important question: how many individuals, especially those in positions of power, were aware of the underlying issues of exploitation and trafficking that plagued the very brands that made them famous? As the allegations surrounding Epstein and Wexner gained traction, it became increasingly clear that the facade of glamour in the fashion world often masked darker realities. The troubling relationship between Wexner and Epstein highlights a disturbing pattern in which trust is exploited for personal gain. Wexner's decision to hand over control of his wealth to Epstein exemplifies a critical failure in due diligence. How could someone at Wexner's level of influence and success not see the potential risks associated with granting such authority to another individual, particularly one with Epstein's controversial history? This situation underscores a broader commentary on the vulnerabilities that exist even among the most powerful individuals. Ashton Kutcher's involvement adds another layer to this intricate narrative. While he has vocally denounced human trafficking and has taken steps to address the issue through his foundation, the question remains: what role, if any, did he play in the broader dynamics of these brands? His modeling past with Abercrombie Fitch raises eyebrows, inviting speculation about whether he was unwittingly part of a system that facilitated exploitation. The intertwining lives of Wexner, Epstein, and Kutcher serve as a potent reminder of the hidden networks that often operate beneath the surface of public perception. The fashion industry, celebrated for its creativity and allure, can also be a breeding ground for unethical practices that prey on vulnerable individuals. As the fallout from these revelations continues to unfold, it becomes crucial to reassess the relationships and power dynamics within the industry. Consumers, especially younger generations who grew up idolizing these brands, must grapple with the realities of the figures behind the labels they once admired. The shocking truths that emerge from this narrative challenge us to rethink our perceptions of trust, power, and responsibility in both corporate and social spheres.